Hey everybody, how's it going? So I've been playing this new game for me anyway, Sea of Thieves. It's a really cool little pirate game. I wanted to make this tutorial because I find that the tutorial in the game kinda didn't really do a whole lot to really help. It gave me the kind of the basic rundown of what buttons to press or so on and so forth. But there's a couple things that I would kind of like to share. I'm still obviously a new player of the game, but I wanted to kind of help give a little extra tips to kind of help you get started. Because these helped me, and I just did it by learning how to play the game. Um, but I'm gonna pull it up real quick, and then we will. I'll show you a couple things that I like to do. On your main screen here, you have obviously you have your pirate, that your avatar after you choose. After the tutorial's over. You have what's new, it's all in your news, your pirate emporium, which is real cash stuff. You can buy premium stuff, all like skins, just like like Fortnite or Call of Duty or whatever. Over here to play, you have adventure, a pirate's life, and maiden voyage, which is your tutorial. We're not going to go into the tutorial because it's really, I don't know, it's my opinion, it's not really that helpful. But if you've already passed the tutorial and you're kind of, after that, it throws you into the seas, and you're kind of blind. This game really doesn't hold your hand. But I think as starting out, you should at least get a little bit of a handhold. I think just a little bit, instead of just throwing you out into the sea, and letting you do your thing. So we're gonna go into adventure, sail freely across the waves. Or else we're just gonna do a sloop. On here on the bottom, my camera's blocking it, sorry. Over here on the bottom is crew size 1 to 2. It's a small ship, it's perfect. I do closed crew over here because I don't want anybody to play with yet. So I just kind of do things myself. Obviously want to make sure that adventure, sloop, and closed crew, English now, is all here. And then I confirm. And then we're gonna set sail. And it's going to do its thing, and we're going to get right into the game. So when the game starts, you wake up in the tavern. You're waking up from, a drunken slumber. And you look around for a little bit, and then you start your game. So you walk out here, and, your ship will usually be within eyesight. And mine's right here. But the first thing that I've been doing is I've been going to the gold hoarders, which I'll get to that here in just a second. When you first start playing the game, you're only got like a pair of pants, some sandals, and you're topless, which is, fine. I mean, again, I'm playing a male character. But anyway, this store right here, it's got the little boot on it, which is right here. That's your clothing store. After you've earned some gold, which is right up here in the top right, the gold, which is right up here, and then this is like the premium currency, you can actually buy stuff for your character. You can buy the hats, the belts. You can even get yourself a cool little fancy little pirate beard. You can get boots, dresses if you're playing a female character. You can get an eye patch, gloves. You can change your hairstyle. You can even change the hair color, by getting a dye. You can put on a captain hook. You can get a cool little jacket to go with your clothes. You get a peg leg, we can call you Peggy. You get yourself a shirt to wear underneath your jacket, your bottoms. You can add some tattoos to you, makeup for the ladies or the guys. And then also you can earn, titles you'll eventually start to unlock. But that's one of the places they don't show you, but I wanted to show you that. The other place I wanted to show you is the Pirate Emporium. You can actually go on any outpost. You can actually buy, like in-game currency, the fancy currency and stuff like that. You go here, you find the skull. Over here is another location too, another way to look at it. But that's where you can find like fancy stuff to get for your ships or ship thereof. Pretty much any cosmetic stuff that you want that's premium, you get it here. This place is like equipment, so you can purchase, again, cosmetic stuff, like different shovels, different telescopes, different compasses, pretty much all your equipment to do your thing, but you want to be fancy. Most of this is all either the reputation points that you earn and also in-game currency, not premium, but the gold that you earn. This spot over here is ship customization. So when you buy stuff for your ship, whether that's one that you're using for your adventures, or if you make enough gold, you can buy your own ship. This is where you can actually adorn all your cool stuff. Also through the premium currency, once you get, or if you decide to buy some, you can go ahead and apply your things here. So this is kind of important. They didn't show this, but I'll show you that as well. These guys here are the Merchant Alliance. I haven't done any quests with these guys yet. Probably more to follow with these guys, but you can earn gold and you just go on quests with these guys. Haven't done it yet. Maybe another video I could show you these guys. You got these guys too, the Order of Souls. I call this a creepy place. You find skulls and random other little relics out there. You turn them into here, and then she'll give you money and reputation points as well. Done a few quests so far for her. Not done a whole lot, but the one I will show you is the most common one I usually do. These guys are the gold hoarders. My bad. Bad English. I do this most often. As the name entails, you get a lot more gold so far. You go on these little voyages to find chests that are buried, and you turn them in and get some money in return, and also including reputation points. Another little thing to look for these kind of places, look for the symbols. The gold hoarders or the gold key. Can't miss it. They're pretty much everywhere. You can... There's a couple different ways. The one way you can find it, obviously, is you look at the... as at here, and then you want to go over to here, to your big giant map. So you press F if you're on the keyboard here, and I'll show you what that does. So now it shows you where your ship is and your orientation. So I'm facing southwest according to the compass. So we're looking for an island that looks kind of weird, right? Looks like a boot punches something in the face. Or like a snake. So we're looking for something like that. And if you zoom in a little bit, it'll give you the island names. So we're looking for something that looks similar to what I have on my map. And that's not quite it. Sometimes it'll take you a little bit to find the island, which is okay. I'll show you another method here in just a moment. Once I find this island, what we're looking for looks kind of weird. It's none of those. Here we go. I think we found it. Yep, we sure did. So then I'm gonna back out of my map. Look at that. Okay, so I found where I need to go, and it's about approximately right up here. So that's one way, is just look at the map, look at your map, and look at the map that's on the ship, and then find where you need to be going. I'm going to show you something else that I have found. The article is a little old. I haven't found another one yet. I'm pretty sure I will. But this reveals all of the island shapes and locations. The grids are different, so don't follow the grid on this particular website. But what you can do is, there's 3 different locations. There's the Shores of Plenty, the Wild Islands, and the Ancient Isles. And what you can do is, once you get your map that you got from your quest, you can actually match up where you find that particular location. So you can actually get the island name. Again, the grid on this particular article is incorrect. Obviously, the game has updated quite a few times. So you want to look for the island name. It'll give you exactly what that is. And then you can, once you find the island name, and then you can locate where that island is. And I believe it's not here. I don't think so. I don't think it's in the upper portion. I believe it's in the Wild Islands. So we'll look under the Wild Islands real quick. And... no, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the Ancient Isles. Okay, I think it's where it was. Okay, so we're looking for that weird looking, like somebody kicking a snake or something. Here we go. And it comes up with Mutineer Rock. So that's pretty close. So we'll go ahead and I'll bring up the game again and you can see what I'm talking about. So there it is on my map, and there it is on the main map. So you can see Mutineer Rock is where I need to go. So there's 2 ways you can find where you need to go on your quest. All right, now that I've located the island in which I need to go, I marked it with a mouse click, or I'm not sure what the controller does, but it'll tell me, or I mean, it'll click, where I'm at. Now here's where my ship is. I'm at Plunder Outpost. So approximately I need to head east southeast kind of ish. So we'll get to sailing here in just a second. Now the cool thing is, since I'm by myself, it's a small ship. It's actually pretty easy. I can actually look over at my map through the back end of the ship, or the bow. And we have our, this is where we can raise and lower the anchor. We can set the sail length, which is up here. Also the angle. So look at the wind, and it'll actually tell you which direction the wind is going to help you in your travels. You can do the same thing over here as well. And you can also steer, and also on front of this, on the where the helm is a compass. So let's look at our map again. It looks like I need to go, according to the map, approximately east southeast. Or I'm sorry, wow. Whew. Yeah, east southeast. I was right. So we'll go, and the first thing that I usually do is don't move the sail yet, because it's kind of windy right now. We're kind of rocking, so let's not do anything like, you know, trying to hit the dock here. So we're gonna raise the anchor first. So I'm gonna activate it with F, or your button that's on your controller. Push forward, and now the anchor is up. And then what I'm gonna do is, since I already know that my steering wheel is straight, I'm gonna raise or lower the sails. We'll lower the sails, and then we should start moving. So I'm gonna take control of the helm, and then we're gonna go ahead and go east southeast. So I'm gonna turn it hard left, and the wind is going opposite from me, which is gonna make my journey a little bit longer, and that's okay. So we're gonna orient our angle of our sails here. So east southeast kind of ish. I'm gonna look up real quick. Okay, my wind is doing pretty good right now, so let's turn it back to the straight. Now, when you hear that click, that lets you know, I don't know if you can hear it, I'm sure you can, but that tells you that your everything, your rudder in the back is straight, so that you're not going in any way other direction than left or right. Now, of course, the wind is gonna give you your direction. Also, the way the water is gonna help or make your direction of travel a little bit harder. So I'm looking back at my map, walking away from the helm, making sure that I'm going in the right direction. And obviously we're looking for the Mutineer Rock. We're looking for that title. You'll see it pop up on your screen so that you know you're in the right direction. Which is this one. It tells you we're at Thieves Haven, which is the wrong direction, or not the wrong direction, but the wrong location. So we're just gonna proceed on forward. And if you get bored like me sometimes when you're on the ship, I like to pull up the banjo and strum a little tune. Cool. I like to do that. And then once in a while, make sure you're still in the right direction, which we are. We're going to orient our direction just slightly towards the east. Just minimal movement. Make sure we're straight, and we'll just keep on going. Here we are at Mutineer Rock. Mutineer Rock. Wow. Okay. Mutineer Rock. Now that I'm at my location, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to raise a sail just a little bit. I'm not trying to do a whole lot. About halfway. Okay. Now, you can either do one or two things. Ship orientation is pretty important, especially when you're trying to find some stuff, you know, like you're trying to find treasure. One way you can do this for ship orientation, also helps with the map, is orient your ship north. It helps you find location, like on your map, a little bit easier. So we'll start turning it over here on north. And we'll stop right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and drop the anchor. That stops me completely, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this all the way up. This, you can either go all the way up. I usually go about halfway, and then it helps me kind of orient my ship a little bit better. And then once I come to a full stop, then I do that. Or you can just do all the way up and then drop the anchor. Up to you. So one way is it has your ship on oriented north. So now I'm gonna look at my map real quick. So I'm facing north, just so I can get a little bit closer to the map. And I'm facing north. So my front end, my forward part of the ship is facing towards the end of of where the snakehead, or what I call like where the snake mouth is, right up there. That's where I'm facing. So I know it's not that island. It's going to be the one below it. Now the other thing you can do, I'll show you option number 2. This one requires a little bit more finesse. But what I do is, since my sail is up, I'm going to turn the rudder left or right depending on where the X is on my map. And since I'm not really going anywhere, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my sail length, and I'm going to turn just a little bit. So it allows me to turn just a little. Oh, making a liar out of me right now. Let's see if I can bring it all the way down. Okay. My wind is actually making it a little bit harder, so let's angle my ship a little bit. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to raise the anchor a little bit if I have to. So we'll go full sail, or left side over there for the angle. And we're not moving. So this one is a little bit tricky. So let's bring it up just a little bit, halfway. And then we're going to raise the anchor slightly. Again, this one's tricky because I may actually run overboard. So now we're going to drop the anchor right now. Turn a little bit before it stops. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to point my ship in the direction where the treasure is supposed to be. So that also helps too. Fortunately, I couldn't do it here on this video, and that's my fault. But ship orientation is pretty important. Whether you point your ship towards where the X is or you face north is up to you. Of course, you can also have your compass, and it can also tell you where your north is, and south and west and east and stuff like that. So, but ship orientation is pretty important. It's important to me anyway. But anyway, so let's pull up the map, and then we already know it's on the second island where the foot is. And I see a skeleton guy over here with an explosive barrel, so we're going to be very careful. Map orientation is also kind of important. It kind of gives you a gist of where things are at. Let's kill this guy real quick. Bye-bye. So map orientation, it kind of tells you general, like, where things are on the island, so you can kind of guesstimate where you are. So I know I'm on this little piece where the foot is, so I'm gonna go up a little bit. I'm gonna pass all this green stuff, and my treasure should be sitting right over here approximately. So let's go ahead and pull out my shovel, and you hear a thud, and that's good. Now I got some unsuspecting people here. Go for a little fight. This doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes you'll pull up a treasure box and you're completely fine. And sometimes you got these little boneheads coming out and they're trying to take your stuff. And also fight you too. Once you've eradicated all of the boneheads, go ahead and get my shovel back out. And we're just going to keep digging. Dig, 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 dig. Now, in some quests, you're actually going to have 2 X's or 3 X's or more. And this one is only 1. So now that I've got the chest out, I'm going to pick it up. And I'm going to hustle on over back to my ship. And we'll... I'll show you what to do next here once you get your chest. Once you get back to the ship, what I like to do is I like to bring it all the way down here to the bottom. And then I will hit usually X to drop it. Or I'm not sure what your button is on the controller, but I usually drop it here. And then it tells me that my treasure is aboard ship. And then pretty much part 1 of that whole quest is done. Now part 2 is to turn it in. Now you don't have to go back to where you got the quest from. You can go to any actual outpost and turn it in, which is the cool thing. So I'm going to pull up my map on the back of the ship. So there's where it tells me where I'm pointing, and I'm at Mutineer Rock. We can cancel that out because we don't need it anymore. So I need to head hard west and kind of northwest-ish back to where I started. So you can go to any place, but since that's pretty much the closest spot to me. Well, I mean, there's also the outpost behind me, but we'll just go back to where I was at. It gives you a trail of where your ship was. So that kind of is also helpful too. But we're going to go ahead and head back to Plunder Outpost and turn this quest back in. So now that I kind of got a general idea where I need to go, let's go ahead and head there now. The cool thing is, since I've already pointed in that direction, kind of sort of, I'm going to go hard left with the steering wheel to avoid me running aground. And then I'm going to go ahead and, since my sail is, oh, we can actually straighten it out now, according to the wind. Let's straighten it out real quick, kind of sort of a little bit. And then we are going to drop the sail. And I should turn already left once I get the anchor up. Anchor's up. Ship should turn left. We'll regain control of the steering wheel. Straighten it out. And then we're on our way. Let's make sure we're in the right direction, which we are not. And we're going to need to go north-northwest. So, let's go ahead and make a hard right. Admiring some of the scenery. And then we're going to head in that direction. Let's head north-northwest. So we'll be right smack dab in the middle. Hope you're not seasick, but we'll be fine. All right, we're going to go ahead and hold this heading, and we will get back to the outpost. You can see it right in front of us, where the outpost is. Ish. Which is right there. Also, too, you can also pull out your telescope and just make sure, like, oh, that's definitely not it. And you just go over here and go, yep, that's it. Also, too, you can always just refer back to your map, which is the safest thing. It looks like we're going the wrong direction. We're going to the other outpost. Oops. So I may have lost my heading. No. Let's go ahead and head hard west. I was thinking about going to the other outpost. That's probably why. I usually go to that one because I've been doing a lot of quests in that area, so I'm kind of used to going in that direction. So that's my fault. But let's make a little U-turn. Little happy accident. And then we'll head west. Let's straighten that just a little bit. The waves are carrying the ship a little bit. Let's straighten it out. Okay, and now we're going to make sure we're in the appropriate heading. Let me see where we're at. Yep, we are on the right track. So we could probably head a little south, approximately. So let's kind of head a little bit west, southwest kind of ish. Let's make sure we're on the right heading. All right. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Let's make it right a little bit more westish. And let's reel it in right there. Okay, let's get back to the outpost. All right, so we made it back to the outpost. So now that I've got here, you don't have to stop or try to park your boat or park your car at the dock. You can actually park your boat anywhere. I tried to do the whole, pulling up to a dock. I've been unsuccessful. I've managed to damage the boat, which it's easy fix, but what I like to do is I like to kind of swerve around a little bit where I'm going to be turning in my quest, so I'm not doing a far walk. Now that I'm pretty close, I'm going to go ahead and bring up my sails. About halfway. We're going to turn just a little bit, since I'm still turning hard left. We're going to turn right just a smidgen, because I don't want to go run aground, which I might do it right now. Should be kind of embarrassing. Yep, I sure did. Now I can show you how to fix that. Oopsies. So now that I ran aground, I'm going to shift the boat around just a little bit, just get it back in the water. And then we're going to drop the anchor right now. Get the sails all the way up. Ah, see, you can learn something else. And now that I've damaged my ship, I'm gonna check down here, and I have water coming in here. And as you can see, I have to repair my ship. Go over to the wood barrel, pull out some wood, and repair it. Pretty easy. Now I'm gonna make sure that nothing else has water coming out, in which I don't. I'm gonna grab my bucket, scoop some of that water out, and toss it overboard. I think we're pretty good. Nope, no more water. We're good. Now, turning in the quest. So now I've got the castaway chest here. In order to turn this in, you've got to grab it. You can't just jump off the boat and do your thing like you would like on a normal like RPG quest kind of thing. You have to actually physically take it to the quest giver or a person that you're going to sell it to, which is the gold hoarders. So here's a tent. Walk over to the person and I can sell it. Now, if you have an item that doesn't belong to that person, they'll tell you that go find this, you know, this particular person to turn it in. So since it's the right person, I'm going to sell it. Gives me the gold that I need, or I got for that quest. It was kind of a low goal, but that's okay. Still money. And then it gives you the reputation points. Slight movement. That sucks. That's okay. But anyway, and pretty much rinse and repeat for the gold hoarders. And I hope this helped a little bit for my new pirates out there at the Seven Seas. I'm looking forward to playing this game a little bit more, learning more about the game. And then I could do some more tutorials on different missions or different things that you can do. But all in all, I hope this helped. I'm glad I kind of went over a couple more extra things, especially with the running aground, so on and so forth. I tried to get under 15 minutes. Wasn't going to happen. Too much stuff to do. Hopefully this little 29 minute video helps out all my new pirates that are out there, including myself. Try to get some people to help them kind of hold their hand just a little bit. Maybe it'll help them, maybe not. Leave some comments. Let me know if they were of help to you, especially for the new players. And especially that are anybody that's experienced, feel free to give me some more tips and hints, and maybe I can help out other people too. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all soon.